Hello, I'm Cara Stanford, and this is the Marketing Spaces. Thank you for making space today to look at how to improve your conversion rate. This is some practical advice. So when we're talking about conversion rate, what do we mean? I have done an insight video before, which is very short, called Conversion is Everything. And conversion is a bit of a counter to these vanity metrics that we hear. I've got 5,000 followers in one day. What does that mean? I've got 10 million turnover. Well, what does that mean? Because conversion means actually looking at how many clients you actually have or how much profit you're actually making. Today, I'm going to show you how to improve your conversion rate. So I do recommend grabbing a pen and paper and getting ready to hit the pause button, but let's take a look. So first of all, identify where the real problem is. So this is the buyer's journey. It's sometimes called the marketing funnel. You might also call it the sales funnel. We'll quickly work through it. So say your marketplace, there's a segment where 1,000 people are unaware that you exist. 300 of them become aware. So that could be through activities such as social media, networking, PR, any of those awareness raising activities. Out of those 300 that become aware that you exist, 100 show an interest in what you're offering and what you're doing. So that might be that 100 come through to the landing page on your website. It might be that 100 connect with you on LinkedIn, whatever it is that you're doing at that interested option. Then the next stage is considering. So out of those 100 that are interesting, oh, that looks good. I'll have a look around. I'll read the blog post. I'll maybe download the white paper. 10 of those 100 are moving to the point where they're considering purchasing from you. So that might be they fill in a form requesting a call back. They actually make contact. Then out of those 10, 2 become paying customers. Out of those 2, 1 becomes a loyal customer. So I'm looking at all of these ratios and I'm thinking, right, well, 300 people become aware that I exist. And out of those, 100 are interested. That's not too bad, 3 to 1. Okay, yeah, I can live with that for the moment. This is quite high. 100 people could be bothered to find out more, but only 10 of them actually then started considering whether I was worth it. For me, looking at those figures, and this is a very simple example, I'd be thinking, I think this is where my problem is. I think I need to improve my conversion rate of interested people to those that are actively considering making a purchase from me. That's where the real problem actually is. There are many other things that you would need to look at, but as we move through, you'll see why I've started here. Because normally, what a lot of people will do is they'll go, I want to get double the amount of customers. So at the moment I get 2, so I want to get 4. So if I get 4 customers, if I want to get 4 new customers and 2 new loyal ones, then to get 4, that means I need 20 people who are considering. I'm doubling as I go up because normally I have 10. So if I normally have 20 who are considering, I normally get 100. That means I need to have 200 who are interested, which means that I need to get 600 that are aware of me in a segment where there's maybe 1,000 people. This is quite a big leap to do. And then what people do is they pour their money into awareness marketing, pour it into awareness marketing, going, right, we'll do more social media, more networking, more PR. But actually, what's happening is you're just losing people down here. So instead of losing 200 people, you're going to lose 400 people. At this point, instead of losing 90 people, you're losing 180 people. You're literally letting people walk out of your buyer's journey. That's why, and then, yeah, you can work these numbers, but think of all the extra effort and money that you're going to have to spend to get those 600. That's where it works if you work it differently. So we identified that we felt that there was a difference to be made here. So at the moment, we know that for every 10 people that are considering making a purchase, 2 do. So that's a nice, neat ratio, 10 to 2. So if we take that ratio and say, actually, we could maybe make, let's go here. We know that for every 100 people, only 10 are considering. Only 10. Can we improve that? So if we said for every 100 people, we could improve this conversion rate to 40. So instead of losing 90 people, we only lose 60. 40 of them come through. What can we do here to move them from interested? So the goal is for every 100 people who are interested, we get 40 of them to move through to considering. And then we know that for every 10 people that go through to considering, 2 of them become clients. If we can get 40 of them to move through to the considering stage, that means 8 of them become clients. We don't just double, we quadruple the number of clients, and then we quadruple the number of loyal clients. So you can see, if you'd started at the top and gone, right, let's double this, double, you'd have only got 4. Whereas if you start in the middle and say, right, how can we stop people falling out of the middle? It's very different. So this is where it's really important to identify where you can make the difference. And this means looking at your current data. You've already got these people's data. You already know about them. You've already got some idea of their behavior and activity. Because step 3 is you have to look at what is happening. Why? They have been bothered enough to come through to your website, your landing page, maybe sign up for something. You've got them that far. Is it that they're clicking through but they're not signing up? Is there something about your form that's putting them off? They don't want to fill the form in. You're asking for too much information too soon. Is it that they're downloading the freebie? So, that's a real kind of good point. They're downloading the freebie, but they're not going any further. Look back through your data. What's going on? Is it that your emails are going into spam, so they're not finding them? Is it that actually the freebie you've offered doesn't let them know what you do? Is there a call to action at the end of your freebie? If you're offering a white paper, if you're offering a free gift, a free opportunity to try something, do they know what the next step is? Do they know where they can go to next? Dig into it. What can you do to help them? And sometimes the answer that comes back, so I know one client who had a really good white paper, but what they found was that it was just students that were downloading it. So that was great. So they put a field in. The field was, company name, company or organization name. So then they could see that if they were getting lots of kind of university names in, then they could disregard that data, and that changed their conversion rate. All of a sudden, they realized actually they were doing quite well, from the number of people that downloaded their white paper to the number of people that got in touch and wanted to become customers. So really dig into those numbers, look at the data you have. And if you don't understand, do some research. Go out and talk to these people, ask them. So what you can then do is, how can you improve that ratio? And I would recommend choose one improvement or change. And the reason you can do that is because you need to see if that is what is making a difference. So make it and monitor it. So general questions I asked were, is the form too cumbersome? Are people getting to your form and not filling it in? Is it something else? A fantastic example I heard once was where a garden company that sold high-end fruit trees, they kept finding abandoned baskets on a Sunday evening. They couldn't understand why people were filling up their baskets and then just not buying. So they went and did customer research. That was one of their first thing. What's actually going on? We can't tell from our data. Let's do research. And they found out that what was happening was their customer base, who are older women, normally retired, had filled up the basket with these lovely fruit trees and about to click buy, and just turned to their other halves and went, oh darling, I'm just about to spend a few £100s on fruit trees. And their other halves, normally men, would go, I can find that cheaper. And what they'd find cheaper was rubbish. It was going to die, it would never take, it would never fruit. And once they found that out, they could make sure that a lot of their marketing was around, are you comparing apples with apples? Are you comparing plums with plums? And that made a change to their conversion rate. And if they hadn't done that, they would have spent hundreds, thousands of pounds on awareness, on doing that. Let's double awareness. Let's make more and more people aware of us. But if they're still falling away in the middle of the buyer's journey, you're literally throwing your money away. So choose one improvement, make that change, monitor it. Has it made a difference? How long has it taken for it to make a difference? How long has it taken for it to make a difference? And then you just keep going until the conversion improves. So do you remember our goal here was to get 40 people considering us? We were going from 100 to 10, which we thought, no, that's no good. But hey, we've made some changes. Actually, what we've done is we've put a really clear call to action. Or actually, I was talking with an accountancy firm recently, and they said, we phone people. There's nothing beats picking up the phone and going, hi, you downloaded our white paper, you came to our seminar. Was there anything of interest in it? Anything that you thought was useful? And they said, we pick up most of our business that way. That's how they convert people from interested to considering, and then through to adopting. In fact, what I should have done is change. Oh no, I did change that, number 4 here. So you could see, actually, we've made these changes, and now out of every 100 people that are interested in us, 20 are actively considering us rather than 10. Keep repeating. So thank you so much for making the time. This is something that could really change and improve your marketing. So how to improve your conversion rate. I'm Cara Stanford. This is the Marketing Spaces.